So we have another Trinitarian bias from the translators found in Zechariah, where it says that God is pierced. Let's go over this verse. Zechariah 12 verse 10, and I read from the KJV. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. So already this verse doesn't make any sense. It says, and they shall look upon me who they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him. So it's very strange the way they translated this. But they wanted to make you think that it is God that is pierced. So let's go to the Hebrew. Zechariah 12:10 in the Hebrew. Then we read, and I just read it in order how the Hebrews wrote it. Of grace the spirit of Jerusalem, the inhabitants, and on David the house on, and I will pour. So the Hebrews had a different order of words. So when you put it in the right order, it says, and I will pour upon the house of David and on Jerusalem the spirit of grace. Then the next part, for him, and yes, they will mourn, they pierced whom? On me. So we see this word at. This at means basically about. So it's about someone. So rightly dividing these words, it says, they shall look toward me, about whom they pierced. This makes much more sense. When they pierced him, they shall look upon him, God, because of the one who they pierced. And that's exactly what Jesus did. Jesus died on the cross, and because of that we shall look upon God. It doesn't say that Jesus is God, but it says again that Jesus is the cause of us to look at God. So it reads, and I will pour upon the house of David and on Jerusalem the spirit of grace. They shall look toward me, about whom they pierced. As one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. So God cannot die. God cannot bleed. You cannot pierce God. They pierced Jesus, the first begotten Son of God. So if you still think God can die, or that Jesus died, but not really, if you think Jesus is God, then no one really died for your sins. You may say that he did, but he did not, if Jesus was God, because God cannot die. But it says that he will look upon God because they pierced someone. Who is the one that is pierced? That is, Jesus is pierced.